So this is the video. It started recording. I'll be sharing up with you after this. So in any case you need to refer back, you can refer via the video. So you are going to dwell on these main folders. We have app, resources, routes, and uploads. So in uploads, that is where I've uploaded all the images. So we have the one for profile. This is where you will get all the profile images, be it for the advocates, be it for any type of user, you will get it there. Then we have that one for logo, be it the five icon, be it the logo image, you will get it there. So when we go to the system, we have under the settings down here, system settings. You can also get system settings somewhere here. They are doing the same thing. So we have logo, that is which I showed you the image which is stored here under the logo folder. Yeah, this one. And we have this five icon also coming from the same folder. So I've told you, I've stated here that the recommended size is 32 by 32 pixel for the five icon, which is going to make it display better. And also for the logo, the recommended size is 100 by 100 pixel. So that one is also going to display better. Yep. So another folder, sorry for that. Another folder which I said is important is under resources. Yeah, we have the resources. Public actually is okay. Public is also very important. I failed to mention this. So we have app, public, resources, routes, and uploads. So in the public, this is where I've placed the assets, that is the CSS and some other images. So these are images which may have been used on the body. I think I've not used this one. I wanted to use it, but I've not used. But this one is the image which I've used from the login page. So they are also important. So when you want to see where this image is coming from, you go to the assets, to the public folder, assets. Then we have CSS. All CSS styles are coming from this end. If you want to change any style from the CSS, you can edit this file here. Maybe you want to change the color, the primary colors, etc. If you know how to do these programming things, you will be able to troubleshoot and know what you are going to do. That the reason why I was telling you it's not easy for me to take you through all this. There are too many. Some of them, these are just bootstrap default CSS file. But in case you want to change the color for maybe the body color, right now it is using this. Background color is this, and then the color is this, and this is the font. You want to choose something like Roboto, you want to change to something like any type of font of your choice, then this is where you are going to change. So this is going to control the body of the website. Yeah. Then we have this one. A stand for? Yes? I'm asking you a question. Tandy.
Yes.
What do you understand with A? In web technology, what is A? This one here.
Okay, I forgot.
You try. Anchor. So you have something called anchor. Like when you are going to deal with links, So when you want to link, let's say for example, yeah, you see here we are starting with A. So A means anchor for HTML. Href to refer the hypertext or the hypertext reference, that is the where you are putting your URL. So when somebody clicks, you will be seeing LFM. When someone's click LFM, it takes them to that URL. So this attribute called anchor is what is used to link up all those URLs. I think I'm clear there.
Yes.
And yeah, so you on over, like link over, you can define the color you want here. Over are things like when you go to a website, and like this one here, or let me just see, yeah, you can see when I'm hovering like this, are you able to see it is underlining, right? Candy, are we together? I just want you to confirm yes, to help me know that you are hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're seeing when I'm hovering?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is what is called hovering. So this is where you are defining hover for the anchor for the whole entire website. Text is none means that text decoration none means that it won't be underlined. If I say something like, if I remove this function here, all the links are going to be underlined. Yeah, so this is what is defining the header, references, the main. The main is now using Bootstrap, so where all the body functions, forms, inputs are embedded. So that is called main. So I'll show you what main is when we get to the codes. So that is how you do that. When you come to page title, backtop, so you will always find these things. Let me show you how you do it. So if for example you want to check the CSS which is embedding this LFM here, you right click on it, you go to inspect elements like that. So once you go to the inspect element, you are in the console mode. So when I come here, yes, you come this other side, you are able to see we are dealing with this class called DLG block. When you come here, you can see it here, right? Are you seeing?
Yes.
Yes, I want you to confirm by saying yes until we finish. Yeah, this DLG block is somewhere here. And if you are looking for this class called logo, you can see logo, deflex. We have logo is here. So if you want to change, like this is logo color. If I want to change it, let's say for example, you can see this is color blue. If I want to change it to color, let's say white, you can see it is changing, or black, or if I want to change it to something like red, you can see it is changing. So if I change it like that, let's say for example, like let me just see, and enter that is the color, and I want to change this one, I will copy this text like color here like that. Then I come back to the file. Remember the CSS file?
Yeah.
This one, let me just see the class. The class is called the color is called logo. So when I come here and search for dot logo like that, I will get dot logo somewhere here, and I think it is here. This is where it is declared. So if I overwrite this one, let's say for example I overwrite that one and save the file, when I come back here, close this one and refresh the page, Am I doing it the right way? Let me see. Let me come back. I don't know why it's not changing. I may be using the wrong one. Now when I come there, and for you to know that it shows here, you can see it shows style.css, and it is, if you hover, it is even showing you where the CSS file is placed. It is under the public assets CSS style.css on line 372, line 372. So when I come back here to line 372 is here, so it's supposed to be this one, and I don't know why when I try to save it, it's not saving. I think it is because of cache. If I clear my cache, so that one, it is saved, so it should be working. If it doesn't, then it means something is wrong with the cache. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it has changed, right? Yeah, so that is how you do it. When it was my cache thing, which was still holding a lot of old files. So when you clear your cache, it will change. So that is how you check on that CSS file. So we have other folders here. Other folders are like resources. So under the resources, you have another CSS file which is used for app. Actually, this one is not that important for your case because it has nothing. But that is where you can override the CSS which we had, the main one. You can use this one to override if you want to code it from scratch. Then we have this one also used to override the JS JavaScript, but the JavaScript files which I have placed somewhere, which I'm going to show you. So under the resources, we have the main folder which is view, where we have the blades. The blades are files which are going to be used to view, to do the CRUD functions. You know what the CRUD function is? Hello?
Hello, I said no.
No, you said no, but I didn't hear. So CRUD function, CRUD means stand for create, retrieve, update, and then the last one is from that pattern. The last one, now you can guess what is it. This stands for
You said CRUD or
CRUD, CRUD. Any programmer will know what a CRUD is. You go to YouTube, you go to internet, you will get what CRUD function is in programming. It is for create, which is allowing you to create data into the database. Then we have retrieve, which allows you to retrieve and view data from the database. Then we have update, which allows you to update existing data or modify the data into the database. Then we have delete, which allows you to delete data from the database. That is what is called CRUD. So the blades allows you to view in this data, which allows you to operate, to carry on with the CRUD functions. So we have subfolders like admin, auth, emails, layers, very important folders. And then under views, we also have this image, the message.play.php. This is not being used. Actually, welcome, I've not used this one. Is not important because it is at the default blade that Laravel comes with. But this one I've created. So when you open this message file, it is where all the messages, the success and the error messages are displayed. So for example, when you, during your form validation, something which is going to return to you that the user password is wrong. Let's say for example, if I want to put to admin list, to add another admin, like for example create, add new, and I click save before I put any detail, you can see this thing is telling you please fill up this field. But actually it's not this. There is a place. Okay, let me just say that I fill up this and I put maybe another image from my system. Which one? Yeah, let me use this one, and I save. You see this green thing, record added successfully. Yeah, that is what is used from this file, the message one. So that is coming, alert is coming from the success. So I'll show you where it is declared from the class constructor. We have this one, which is error, shows danger, shows you the error, the session error when something is wrong. Also, that one we'll see. For example, if you want to delete and something has been deleted, it should be showing as an error, not a success. Yeah, let's say for example I delete this one which I've added. Yeah, I've put it as a success because maybe for the intention, but sometimes you may decide to put it in red, so that is error. But I don't think that should be error. Deleting is not an error. Error is whereby maybe you have a loop and something is not working. It has not entered in the database. It shows you that you need to do something. Yeah? Okay. So about we have admin, which contains all folders, subfolders that controls admin functions. So these are things which are being done from the admin end. All functions like acknowledgement, admin, this is where you add that admin which I've just shown you. So add.blade.php, that is what is calling this function. Like when I come to my, like I say add, no, from the admin, that is client. I don't want to, client I've not shown you. From the admin, add.blade. You can see this one. This is now called URL, and you will see where it is being declared. But this is the blade which is allowing you to add the admin details, which is declared, which is put on these folders. I'm showing you add.blade.php. Then we have edit, which allows you to edit. So when you're doing edit functions, I wanted you to note this. I will not show you another folder again because they are just the same things. So make sure you master this which I'm showing you. So about add, you use this blade add.blade.php. Of course you can use your own name, Maybe you can use something like insert.blade.php or add admin.blade.php or add underscore admin.blade.php, whatever you like. My pattern, I just like using this single add.blade.php under the folder admin, so I will know it is admin which is being created, and this is blade for adding admin, this is blade for editing admin, and this is blade for displaying. I've used index, so some people will call it view.blade.php to display there. So this for displaying is this one. When I click on admin list like this, so that is index is what has been called to allow you view this table. Yes. So in this table you can filter it to display maybe all of them. You can say I want only to display 5 per page, or 10 per page, or 15. You can also use this search form to search the details. Maybe for example you just want to display for only this admin 1. So when you type admin 1 here like that, you will be able to see admin 1 is now closed. And the reason why this thing is returning everything, it used the text. So you can see that we have AD. It will also give you AD mean. The reason why these are still there, it finds that text with the same function. But if I search the email only like this, it will be able to give me result of only one person. If I search using this mobile phone number, it will only give me result for that one person, like that, because this mobile phone number and email, those are unique details that are not conflicting in the database. So that is how you check on the blade. If you want to edit that, edit.blade.php, when you click edit, it takes you to edit.blade.php. So you are able to see these details. So if you want to change this one, maybe the name was main admin 1, but now we want to change it main admin, like that, main admin. You update that. Now it is going to change as main admin. Is here, is no longer admin 1. So whatever you want to do with the edit, you will, if you want to delete, you click on delete down here, which allows you to delete data completely from the database. Yes.
Yes.
So that is how you will be doing with all these other folders. So we have this folder for advocates. You will also see that it allows you, this one I've used create. I create the advocate, edit, and list. We have this for cases, add, edit, and list. So I've used different names. You will see add, edit, list. Sometimes it is index. We have clients, the same things. You can add your clients. We have contacts. You can list your contacts from there. I've not put where you are creating that, but you can list. Then we have that one for code. This is where you can create codes, edit code, and list. Then we have this one for dashboard. This is where you display the main dashboard that you're seeing there. So if you want to change any detail from the dashboard, you come to this file, this dashboard file. So this is the dashboard. If you want to change all these details, these cards which I've used here, you want to change something, maybe I've written here total, but you wanted to write totals, so you can come, or you want to do some other thing, so you can come here, you copy that cases, total cases. It is in the dashboard. It is in the dashboard file. So you simply come to the dashboard, index, then open it in any text editor of your choice, and then search for that total cases. Then you will get it here. Are you seeing? Yeah, so here is where you will get them. You can change. If you feel you don't want it to be total cases, you can change it. If you want to change the URL is here. So URL file, I will show you where the URLs are. You can copy that URL you want to display here, and then you put it here. You want something like, this is the icon which you're seeing, the buy. I'm using the font awesome icons which I've installed to use in with Bootstrap. So this is the function for the font awesome icon, which display the icon called B by Python, this one. So it's going to give me this icon here, this one, this for the person. I don't think this is for the cases, so but you can look for the icon you want and paste it there. That is what I mean. And this one, if you remove this one, it won't count. This is the function, the class function, which is allowing it to count the number of cases that you have in the database, and it displays here. It displays here as 4. So this thing happens automatically, this 4. So this is what counts it. And you come to professional advocate, same thing, and then this is what counts it. Come to quote list, total, that is what counts everything. So that is how the file for the index, this is actually the form that is displaying the number of the advocates that you see beneath. So our best advocates, you can see them here. So this is a table which I've used to display profile photo, name, email, mobile, status. You come down here, you get the table function. So when I use the for each, the get record as value, this is a loop to go deep into the table and get the condition which has been set, that the value, I go to my controller, I'll get where I've defined this class called get record. I'll show you that. And as value, this is the declaration, and the value extract the ID from the database. That is the primary detail or the automatic identifier of any table within the schema, database schema. You know that. So the value loops get the ID and returns. It will display there under this. This is where I'm displaying my ID. I've used this symbol called hash. This is not coming from the database, but it is hard coded. You can write anything. Maybe you can call it IDs or primary ID, whatever you like. But me, myself, I just like using that. It looks nice for me. So we come here. This is where I'm displaying the profile image, which is extracted under the table column called profile photo. I'm extracting this email, and I use if else. If the database column with the profile image is empty, that is why you are seeing this. If it is empty, the value which is going to be displayed is going to be like empty, so it will not crash. If you don't put this, your system will crash, because if it doesn't find image, let's say for example you create your new Facebook page, and sometimes you get that default image of a man. Sometimes you don't want to display that default image, so you leave it blank. So it will just, with me, I've instructed the system to display blank. I don't want to display any default. So if it is not there, then give me what? Give me this is admin. Let me just show you what I mean. So when I come here, I come to admin list, and I think I'm retrieving it everything. Yeah, so for example this one, if I create a new admin and I don't want to add image here, profile image, and I save this, it will still save. But if you find here it is displaying blank, now you understand what I mean.
Yes.
So I did not want to display anything here, just to leave it blank, and I see these details. Some people may put a default thing. In some other system, I don't know, here I may have displayed a different thing. I think here I've not put the profile here. I place the profile. Let me see if I add advocate, what am I getting if I add without the profile image. Let me see. So you see, this is the error which I was showing you on the other side. So this one is telling you mobile field must be a number. So you cannot just add something like that. It must be a number. Let's see if it is going to add. Yeah, it has added, but this one also I'm also displaying empty. Let me see about cases. I don't know. What did I do? I don't have that code. I don't have images for code. And I think, yeah, in your system, that is, I've not used any default, but I just use the blank. If I use another system, for example, I have okay, I have this system which I'm working on currently. Let me just see. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, so this is school management system, and let me say, if I list the admins, yeah, you can see that this one I've instructed system to extract the first letters like admin and gives me the AD. How about the school? I've instructed the system the same. This one I'm using a different one, but there is a scenario which I will be using default. That I think I've done it in another system, not this one. If I go to students, and I think this one is also, I'm doing the same thing. Parents, I'm using just the same things. Yeah, so parents I'm still working on. I think I'm not done, and that is what I'm doing here. So with yours I'm using blank, so just learn to know that. Then you go to the second column, which is name, displaying name. So this is the database field. So when we go to the database, let me just take you through the database as well, so that you know what is taking place. I have the database called LLE, and under LLE, the table users, all users are, be it advocate, be it I don't know, let me see, admin, they are here. So I've defined them here. You can see, let me see, what is that? I'm on a different table. I wanted to check your his here. Yeah, so you can see I've put under the role, I've given them the role. We have the advocates, we have the clients, we have admin, so they can differently log in. I don't know if I've defined this role, so I wanted to define, but I don't know if you can log in as advocate. I showed you that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, yeah, so that is where I've defined the roles. You can log in as advocates, clients. So these are the users, and they are sharing this same table called users tables here. So these users tables, yes,
I have a question.
yes,
So the system, only the advocates and the admins are the ones who are able to access the system, right?
yes, advocates, admin, advocates, and clients. Who else did you want to access? See, those are the main users.
Clients are able to log in.
No, clients are not able, because this system is a school managed. It was a mini project. It is not a big project. But you can, in future, you can decide to go on building it to what you want. You can put that, you can implement that. But from my side, I did not. Yeah. So, but meanwhile, you know, when you are displaying, you tell the lecturer that that is the idea you had. But sometimes I think you can ignore that, because they may ask you to show us how clients logs in to check the progress. You see that?
Yeah.
So that one may pin you down. I think the best thing is just to show them that you have different roles, and if they want, you can show them. I don't see, these are just comments though, but you can just say that in a table structure. You can click on the structure like this. These comments, I've placed them there to assist you. So like, this is the structure. So we have the ID, which I was showing you. We have name, email, mobile, mail verified, password, remember token, role. This is there. Status, profile image. This is where all images are coming. Deleted. So all deleted details are not deleting. So I've used what is called soft delete. So like for example, the ones which are deleted, they did not disappear forever, but they are deleting and remaining in the database. If in case, for example, an employee with a crook behavior has done some malicious activity, you as an ICT admin, you can come back and check under the column called delete, defined as 0. 0 means not deleted, and 1 means deleted. So whatever you like. Some people like when we are working with the computer binaries, 1 means true, right?
Yeah.
0 means false. So maybe your say case, I was just confusing with myself that I want to say 0 means not deleted. Like 0 means true and 1 means false. Your case, you may like 1 means that, so you can do that and make sure you change the controller codes properly if you do that. So in this, 0 means not deleted. We can see all these are not deleted, and the deleted one is this one here, which I think I recently deleted. This person, Kathleen Lara, this I just created recently. So Timothy Silva, all these are one which I just created recently. The last one, they are not deleted, but if you change this to 0, it will be reversed to its state of not deleted. So that is how you can do that. The soft deletes just to enable you the system not to delete things. So we have this role ID. So for example, when I added the lawyer or the advocate, it comes with ID 2. So it is going to be displayed on its table or in its part properly. We have 1, which means admin, 1 admin, 2 advocates, and 3 clients. So if you add a client, it will come here as 3. I don't think clients is being added there. I have this table called clients. That one was my intention, but I realized clients I'm not going to put to login. So I just created them, separated them to their own tables. But if you want to make them login, it is always better practice to use this same table, because it will not make you write a lot of codes. I believe that one is well explained. I'm not a teacher though. So about email, you've seen where email, I've explained to you the table columns. Then we have this one, which I also extract now, is active. The user is active. So I've said if it is 0, the user is active. Just as I had already explained, some people will just like to use the binaries whereby you declare 1 to mean the person is active, 1 means true. So myself, I've twisted it. Instead, I've used 0. So status is equal to 0 means that the person is what? Active. And we are going to see that in one of the best example controllers which I'm going to show you, maybe for the admin or any other function. Candy, are you there? Hello? Hello? Candy, are you there? You are on mute. Hello? Yeah, so let's just continue. You will get it from the video, because I can see that you left the call. When you come back, you will get everything from the video, because I'm already recording that. So let's continue. Candy, I can see that you are back. You left the call, but the good news is that I'm recording it, so you will get all those parts which are not you've not seen from the video that I've just recorded, which I'll share with you. So I was explaining to you about this. So status means 0 means it is active, and else if the status is not active, if not 0 meaning that it is 1, then it is going to return the inactive. So I've used this badge, the BG danger, to highlight that this is inactive status. and I've used also this badge BG success to highlight that it is active. These are bootstrap classes, you will see them. So for example, when you come to admin list and you come to status here, you can see this is active. You can see that if it is not active, let me edit one. I cannot edit this main admin. Let me use this one for example and edit this one to inactive. The badge that is going to be returned is supposed to be red in that case, so he's here inactive. So that is what it means. Yes, we have the clients, which is coming from the client tables, as I had already explained. So this one basically for you to add the details of the clients. What you normally need from the clients is the client name. The most important is a phone call which you use to contact your client. We have this email which you use to contact the client. You have the address. You have this Mercy, the advocate who is in charge. Or basically, when you are handling clients in the law court or law firm, you normally assign these clients to different lawyers who are available. So from this, you are able to edit and assign this client to which lawyer do you want to handle this, who will be doing follow-ups and giving reports on the same until the case is done. So it is Mercy Kemboi. So when you save that file, you get, this is how the details of the client is being added. So you can add new client. It allows you to attach. This is coming from the users tables, which is going to count the column with the advocate only. It doesn't return everything. So that is the reason why I'm using these IDs, which the ID number 2 is advocate. So when you go to a place which is returning this, like for example add clients, when I go to add clients, now I'm taking to the controllers. So add clients controllers is what I'm going to use our example. So we come to LLE folder, and then we go to app here. Under app we have under HTTP, we have controllers here. We have middlewares, which is also very important. I did not show you this. Middleware is where I've defined different middlewares. We have the admin middleware, and we have the admin middleware. I've not defined any other. That is funny. Let me see. From admin, now I want to see from the routes. So the routes, you are getting it from this folder routes. This is where you are defining all your routes. Actually, the one which I'm using is called web.php. I want to open this using my default favorite open with. I don't see that, but I wanted open with let me open this one with Visual Studio Code, like that. So here you can see that I've defined middleware. So I have the admin middleware, and under the admin middleware I've defined everything. So I did not add that one for advocates. So advocates are still under the admin. The reason why, but next time I think I ought to have made advocate middleware to make them just log in as just advocate on their own. That is when they are logging into their dashboard. Right now they are logging in as admin, I guess. So are they able to log in? I don't think I created many logins. I just created admin controlling everything. So if you want to put advocates and maybe say clients logging in, you will define you will introduce new middlewares. Maybe this middleware ends up to here, then you put another different middleware down there for the advocate, and another one for the admin. So this one log out, this is the route which redirect kills the session, which allows you to log out. So all these class function called logout in the auth controller will make the system to log out. For example, if you go to auth controller, let's say I go to let me just open this thing. I think I'm doing a shoddy work. Let me just open the old project for in this so that I work on it properly. So when I come here, I come to HT, then LLE. I select that folder, it opens everything for me. And yeah, so we'll close these ones, and I have this. So we have the auth controller, we have the middleware, we have this auth controller for login, we have login post, this and login forgot password, then we have login forgot password post, that which is allowing you to post the forgotten password. So basically what this means is coming from the controller called auth controller. So how does controller looks like? So when you come to let me expand that a bit. When you come to app http controllers, you get these controller files which I've made. We have admin controller.php, advocates controller.php. We have authentication or auth controller. This is how that controller looks like. Yeah, are you there, Candy?
Yes, I am.
So with this auth controller, this is where I've defined in various classes and constructors which allows you to log in, to post login. To post logins basically means when you are registering a new user, which is, you can see we have this, so I've defined this. Let me just take you for example this one. If empty, if not empty, this means if not empty, then the role is equal to 1. That is means it is admin. Return redirect to login dashboard. So that is dashboard for the admin. So this why I was telling you I've not added advocates are not able to log in. So it's only admin which is able to log in, because that's a mini project. So when you come to this defines, we have, let me just take you step by step. We have public function class, means this is a function class for requesting, yeah, this is an inbuilt function request for requesting session, and declared with the value request, which I want to use down somewhere here. You will find that request has been used. Yeah, like for a scenario, if I'm going to post, but this one, it is not that important. So if I use that, then we find the user, it loops and check from the system the user, and the role must be equal to 1. Yeah, it will redirect you to dashboard. It means if the role is not 1, is 2, you will not be able to log in. It will ask you to provide the details. So this one is just for the header, which is finding this is called meta description. So we have the meta title and the and that is login. So you can write something you want here. Maybe you can say law firm law firm login. Yeah, let me just say I make it law firm login, like that. So this is what you are going to see from the login page. If you come to the login page, let me log out. If I sign out right now, takes me to login page. You can see law firm management system. It is still recording as login. Let me see. It's supposed to be showing me a different thing. Meta title, law firm login. Don't know why. I think it is something to do with my cache. Let me just try to clear it again and then refresh that. Let me just put that and I see. Yeah, but I'll show you what it is. I don't know why that's not working, but I'll try to show you because it's called this function login view login auth. So we have folder called auth. Actually, if you follow from the controller, you can also know which folder are you going to get this file. This is now the blade file which I was talking about in our previous. So we have auth, which is a folder, and this file called login is found in that folder. So when you come to these folders here, you come to LLE, you come to views, resources, views, then we have auth, that is the folder. Then you come to login. So this is where this file which displays that unit comes from. Yeah. This one. Then we have login post, that is during registering. So when you are adding a different person to login to registering, they will be able to register to sign up using this. Sorry, I'm misguiding you. Not when you are registering, but when you are logging in. So when you are logging in, it does the post. It uses the functionality of post. So when you check of PSU, we have these functions called post and get. Those are methods which are used for data retrieval or data. Post is used when you are adding data into the database. So this method I've used login to post. That's why you can see I've used this word. Actually, login post is a class which I've just created using the name of my choice. You can say login posted or whatever you like, but make sure when you use this, yes, when you write login post like that, you must ensure that it is also written here, because this is the URL path which is showing system that this login post is found in this controller called auth controller with the classes which is called login post. So this is the login post. I think I'm clear up to there.
Yeah.
Then DD, this is how I'm using. Normally I use this to test. Like when I'm posting login, you test with the DD. For example, let me show you. If you want to troubleshoot, if you are getting which data are you getting, you use DD. Though DT is returning things up to here. So which data do I need? It's a request for the login post. So that form or that blade, it contains what? Let's go to see that. When you come here like this, you log out, you sign out like that, and then I put this, and then I say now I'm logging in. That means I'm posting. That is where the logging post comes. When I post, these are the details which I'm posting to the database. So when I post them, I'm going to compare using this token. I'm going to compare that do I have somebody from the database called admin, but these conditions must be met, that the person must be having status as active, which is 0, and deleted must be 0, meaning that person is not deleted, right? If it returns 1, If it returns 1, then means that person is deleted, so that person is not able to log in. It must be true. Then remember, I have the remember password. So remember password means that when I'm logging in, when I go back to this form, it asks me remember. You see that?
Yeah.
So it is checking that remember is equal to true. If it is false, it doesn't save. Yeah? If it is empty, also still it work. Not empty. Only not empty. Checking if it's not empty. If you don't put this thing, it will give you troubles, because sometimes someone will opt not to check that, so the system will crash. So that's why I'm saying if it is not empty. Otherwise, if you say if it is empty, it is not going to work for you. If it is not empty, is only you. I'm telling system if it is not empty is when you check. Now, if email, I'm comparing, is equal to email which I am given, this email, we have email from the database is equal to request email from the form. That email is found here. Like for example, posting is under, let me see, we are posting under the login form, right? When you come to view, we come to auth, and let me see, I want to stop at 1, so God willing I will be done by the login is here. So check the input name for the email is here, email, column email. So that is what I'm talking about. You can see the name, this is what is used to identify this input. We use name, type email, just to ensure system knows that this input is designed for email. Value is what it has, and the value is actually old value. Like when we submit and it encounter any error, we don't want to clear this form. So for example, if I say, for example, I want to remove this password here, and I submit, it returns for me the error, but it doesn't clear this. So I will just type the password. You get that?
Yeah.
We will see it like when you are posting details of a certain advocate and it requires certain field, it will not clear those forms, so you only provide that and you continue. But if you don't put that value thing, it will clear and you start typing again. So what if you are dealing with many fields, like 100 fields? It will be quite tiresome, right? So that is what it means. Value is used there. The old value. It tells system, check the old email which we provided in that input and store it. Don't remove it until we are done. Required means this field is required. So you cannot submit the input or data before you when this thing is empty. Required. The HTML. This is an HTML attribute which allows you to validate the input fields. We have this type email. I explained to you. Name is there. It's now checking. It checks email which is from the database is equal to, is same as, this means is same as request email from the form input. Are they equal? Yes. That means system continues. Now check the password. The password from the database is equal to the password which you've been given from the input. Yes. Continue. This user who wants to log in, is their status saying that they are active? Yes, they are active. Continue. Is this user deleted? Yes, they have been deleted because the value returns 1. Then terminate. If they are 0, then it means they are not deleted. Continue. Is their roles assigned as admin, which is equal to 1? I said that one. How did I say that? I went to the database and I said the role is equal to admin, which is 1. So the user who is logging is admin. We can see the value is 1 here under the database column. So if it is true, come back and say it is true. Is this system having the remember which we said here? Is it here? Yes, it is there. Now remember and store that. If it is not here, if it is not there, it's false. Store false. It will not remember the password. That is how it works. Then now the system say return dashboard, which is admin dashboard. Intended admin dashboard. Intended redirect. That is now the function, the class function. We have this redirect method taking you to this class called intended, which takes you this method which takes you to the dashboard blade. This is now blade. Under the folder admin, we have the dashboard blade. Redirect function is a method for redirecting to that URL. This is the URL, my friend, as well. I'm using them in form of the folder, but it is the URL. So dashboard is defined here. So this is the root for dashboard. Yeah? And the class function is called dashboard. If I go to dashboard controller like this, I will find the class dashboard functions. So these are areas which I define. You remember when we were talking about the counters? Like we have 4 advocates. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
This one's here. This one's here. I can still take you back. So when I log in, let me log in now. Okay, I've not removed this one. Let me remove that. It was here, it was here, it was here. Where was it? It's here. So let me remove that and save it and refresh this. Sorry, it is because we have minimal time. If we could have those lot of time which you were talking about last time, we could have gone through this thing step by step, and I was very ready to help you. Now this counter is what I mean. 4, 10, 9, 7, 6. They are defined here. When you come to the dashboard here, controller, for example, get case code in the cases model. So in each and every table that we have within this database, we are using table models. Table models interlinks these tables with the application interface, like the controllers, communicate with the controllers and the database to return information that we want. So for example, if I say here, my instruction saying that get case count. Yes, go to the case model. If you go to this model, we have model. To go manually, you go to applications, the folder called models here. Then we have case model. So me, I'm using that shortcut. I've used a plugin, I've installed a plugin which allows me to do that. So you go to get case count, and the get case count, we go to get case count. Let's see, get case count. Get case count is under the class called the get case count. Get case count where? So okay, this is direct, so it doesn't have any class which is embedded to it. It counts column with the status 0. So system will go to the table and count. Let's see the table called case. Yeah, under the case model, it is assigned to this table. The table is called cases here. Protected table cases. That is what connected, link it to the table on the database. So we have these cases. Where is it? It is here, cases. So when you go to cases, we can count that. We can say 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it true? Yeah. So we have this column. So we have these rows 1, 2, 3, 4. Those rows are now counted, and it counts only with the column delete status reading as 0. If I change this one to 1, means it is deleted. That case is deleted. When I come here to refresh this dashboard, it should be giving me now 3. You see?
Yeah.
So that is how it works. So if I come here and return it at 0, meaning that it is not deleted, then it is returning 4. You can also do that one. You can also do this one. Let me see from the cases model. Let me see here where I'm declaring also status as active. Maybe you want to return the active. How if you want to return the one which are active only, so you can as well say you can as well say, let me see this one, and I say, and want to combine, and status is equal to 1. I think I'm not supposed to be putting that one there. Yes, let us see where status is equal to 1, meaning that if it is 1, it means that it is not active, right?
Yeah.
According to our where, yeah, let me just refresh. Let me see where status is equal to 0, in progress, 1, completed, completed, yeah. So I've used completed, progress, in progress, and so yeah, so that one is still not working for me. Delete status, I think delete status is most best, but delete status is equal to completed. I think 1, if I say 1, it means completed. That one is not working. So is it the column is written as status? That is okay, it's written as status. Let me just remove that, but I can write another one here where is that how where is written? Yes, where status is equal to 1. So in that case scenario, I'll use this one to nest it. So you cannot put it where status is equal to 1. Let me see. It is saved. When I come to refresh this, it is now 2. So let's see where status equal to 1. They are 1, 2. So that is right. Yeah. So that is how you do it. Now it is good I've shown you about how you do it. You can check the video. If you forget, you check the video how I was doing that. You will check. I will just check this one too. Let me just leave it 1. I like it that way because this one means it is means I will write on the dashboard as completed status, but I just wanted to return all the cases that have been handled by this code, by this law firm. The reason why I did not want to put here that status thing. So there are some reasons why you display it the way you want. So advocate count, the same thing. You go to the class users, you get advocate count. I've defined this class in the users model. So when you go to this users model, you will get under this, let me just say, you can go to this one definition, you will get advocate count. So I've said return user, select users where the role is equal to this, right? Role is equal to 2 and deleted is equal to 0. Arrange by ID in description, in descending order, sorry. Desk means descending order. You can always put this one in capital, looks nice. Or if you want it in ascending order, you say ask. Descending order means the letters will be displayed on top. Ascending order means the earliest will be displayed on top. I think that one also umeshika vizuri, right? Now about what is it? I was showing you about this controller.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, what does what does the folder control? Okay, how can I put it? What does controllers contain, and what's the difference between controllers and models?
What is the function of controller?
The
Controller
difference.
contains the class functions, constructors, and methods which are used to manipulate database. Let me use that simple definition: to manipulate database, because here we have crude functions which I stated in our earlier mentioning. I mentioned it in our at the onset of this class. I told you that we have crude function in any project that we do, and the crude function I stated it as create, retrieve, update, and delete. That is what crude function is. Crude. Just from here, if I type crude function, crude, this is what crude means. When I talk of crude, CRUD, create, retrieve, update, and delete. So the controllers are used to write those classes which are enables you or enables users to create data, to retrieve data, and update data and delete data. For example, if you check on this, I will give you one controller straight away. This is an auth controller I was explaining to you. You will see that we have those one. And now the models are used to interface between controller and the database, the real database itself. For example, this is where you can write all SQL queries, right? So this is an SQL query. So when you say user, return user, you say, like, for example, you can say select from, yeah? Let me see if I have that select. Yeah, select. So it is from user model. You can say user model, or because it is user, you can say self. In Laravel, you are allowed to use even self, like that. It still works. You can either say self, because we are inside the file model called user.php, or you say self, right? Or you say the name. If you like, you can just use the user model the way I've used it. Still, it works for you. So this is where all my SQL queries are written, and those queries are written within the class methods. So we have this class method, so we have this method. Within this method, this is what we point in a certain class within the controller to give us the feedback of what we want. Now you understand.
Yes.
Now about the auth, let me just finish up with this file. My time is just running out. So I was explaining, you go to the dashboard, if that, if else. Oh, I wrote this one for the advocates, meaning advocates can log in. So else, if the role is equal to 2, redirect to dashboard 2. I don't know whether that dashboard 2 is created. That is my main fear. Do you have dashboard 2? Let me see. Najua wewe ndio unafaa kuwa umeinteract na hii kitu. Dashboard 2 is not there. Dashboard 2 is not created, but you can create it here actually, and it will display that. So for now, you can even display, you can echo something instead. Let me just echo. Let me echo user. Maybe I say this advocates, and then die. Yeah. So if you log in as an advocate, the system will die.
Will die?
Yes. I mean die, that is function used in PHP, so it will return this advocates. You just see from the browser, because we've not created that dashboard for advocates. That's the reason why I'm doing this. So if there is nothing from this ID 1 and 2, meaning that it is something like ID 3 or ID 4, then the system will bring you error, please enter valid what? Credentials. Or if the credentials are wrong, the password or username is wrong, you will get this: please enter valid credentials. Else, please enter valid. Okay, this one, if something which is not in these descriptions or this comparison which we are doing here, return this. Else, we have this one, login request, else credentials problem, return that. That is the error which we want to display outside. Then I know you are understanding. We are entering into the database using if else. But before that, we were using this. We have this if else, then we have this if else, which are now doing comparison, returns that, right? Then we have this if else for logging in. This is now for the password, for passing, checking the details if they are right. This one is checking details, but for that specific user. All these things must return something error if they are wrong. Then we have forgot password. This is where the page is called, the blade is called forgot password. When you go to the auth folder, we have this forgot password, and when you write forgot password details, this is what is going to post. So it posts these details to do comparison. We are comparing what? Email which you have provided, because when you are forgetting your password, we will ask you to provide the email. So we are asking, is this email equivalent to email which we already have from the database? It counts. It counts by checking down, and when we get the count as 0, it's greater than 0, meaning that the user is found. Password reset link has been set, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if we find that the user exists, that is what it is greater than 0. But else, if it is less than 0, we've not found it. There are so many methods you can use to write this. You can either check like the way I did up there, or you can just count. So if you use count, else you say, please enter valid email address, because that email is not found from the database. Right?
Right.
Now, public reset password. Now we've received the email with a link, and that email I've created them from this folder called the email forgot password. You can see, right? So from there you have that folder which creates, it say of this constructor markdown mails forgot password, mails dot forgot password, that is the URL. Then we have the app name is going to be embedded there, the name, then password reset link. So subject password reset link. Now when you come to this folder down here, I'll take you step by step. We have these emails forgot password.blades. This is what is sending the details. So we have this one, it say greetings, so it extract the username. So we have this variable user. Where are we getting that? We are getting that from here, from this constructor. We had already constructed this user. We've created this. to loop into the user. We are doing that from the database user models, and from this user
Hello.
yes, I'm here. I just wanted to know if you are following. So from that user, this user which has been passed here, we are able to pass this user to this blade. The same user is extracting the remember token. So we have the token from the database. We have the column remember token. So when I come here, that's actually which was being saved during the time we saved. So we have the remember token. Where is it? Where is that? Did I do that? This which this is which one? Oh, this is cases. So you come to users table. So under the users tables, we have verified, we have remember token. You see this? Yeah?
Your screen is not.
You're not seeing. I'm not sharing the screen.
Is not changing.
Oh, I think maybe it is your side internet. You know, I saw you. Your internet is misbehaving. Now you are seeing.
Yeah.
So you can see this remember token.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this remember token, when you say reset password, it saves this. So that is actually the logic which I've used, which is found from this one. This one is doing reset link and it does some not there, but let me just go. This one is found in the user model. Let me go to the user model and sorry, not user model, but it is under the controllers. Let me see controllers. Controllers, auth cases, controllers, admin. We have it on auth. Yeah, reset password. This is where we had it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we have this is giving you that, then redirect to dashboard if the reset password comparison is made. And then we have this user token, remember token, it counts. So it counts if this is equal to 0 and it gives you, it aborts. It tells system to go to something went wrong. The system will tell you something went wrong. But if it is found, then it extracts that. This first method is used to extract user data, only single user detail, because remember we are resetting password for only one person, not many. So it extracts the details, the columns, and then it returns. Then the token is taken, which we remember here is extracted from the database. Then we view. So that one, reset password is already taken, the token is taken. Then this token is sent to the user. So you are sending the token to the user in the email they are getting. So when they come now to reset their password, they are going to compare the token, right? So you remember the token, remember token is checked from the database column and then compare with whatever the user is providing from the browser. Then if they are not matching, because somebody can just extract using any other token, then it's abort, or you can say something went wrong. But my side, I am using this method, the inbuilt function called abort for error 503 for 403, sorry. Then user first, we check hash, the password is hashed. Now we are resetting password. It's going to give you a different reset details, which is called auth reset password. So that one, auth reset password, is going to come from this one. So that one, auth reset password, is going to give you two inputs. We have password, enter password, and then confirm password. So if it everything went on right, then it returns to us password reset was successful. Yes. Logout function, class function is this. Anywhere you put this class function, logout, system will log out. Just like when you are going to your, like, let me just show you that from the user interfaces. You see this one, it uses the class logout, and then this one here, it uses the class logout. Any question?
No.
Now I'm done with that, Candy. Now what I want to do is to take you through how one controller fully, for you to understand. The other controllers, the same concept. You can always check this video if you forget. Now to check on a controller, you come to, I had already shown you how models looks like and how to figure out how to query model use. You saw that. Now let me take, for example, admin controller. So with admin controller, it takes the it holds the CRUD function which I was showing you. We will validate the request here so that we can avoid any SQL injection and as tags. This can also be used to validate form requests. So for example, you store data. Let me go back to our what is called the roots, and I told you the roots which I have used is web. So in the web roots, let me change the position like that. We have the admin controller. So admin controller will be found under these ones, this one. So under these ones, actually everything, yeah. So that is for the admin, which has got get root, get and post. And the first one is this one, which is listing the contacts. So when you go here on the application, you can see we have the contact list contacts. Let me see. Under code list, yeah, user contacts. That is what is used to list these contacts. Yeah. So we have this one, which is creating admin. So when you go to this class function, so I go to contract, sorry, I was on the admin. Create is this one. I jumped to a different, so this one is actually the one, not the list one which I've just shown you, is a different one. So when I go to admin, rules for the admin, this index is for listing. So when you go to admin controller here, so we have this index which is used to list all the admins which are available. So when you come here, you set admin list, it comes here automatically, these ones. You come to create admin, class is defined here. Now create, it returns this, which is meta title, add administrator. So the moment you click add button is here, we have that title here, add administrator. You can see, right? Yeah, up here, add administrator. That is now the meta title. And then we have return view the blade, this blade, which is found under admin add. I showed you that admin add. Yes. So when you come to admin, it is this blade called add, which gives you all these details. Edit, the same thing. So create, it returns that. Then we have store. Store will not return blades, but it stores the data into the database. The data you've collected from this blade are now stored into the database. But I use this validation to validate email. I don't want unique use. I want unique users. So you cannot add email which is same as email which already used. So if you have used candy@gmail.com, you cannot add that. Another user cannot use that. They will get an error which saying this user already exists. Right?
Yeah.
How do we see that? That user has already existed. We go to this blade. So when I want to get that blade, it is add, and I find where the email is added is here, and the text error is displayed. So this error, it is displayed. This user already exists. So it uses inbuilt function of Laravel to display that error. So it will say the user with this email already exists. I believe that one is also okay. From that interface, you will be able to see the placeholder. You can define them. You can put whatever you like. I've used example at email.com. These are placeholders. And also you have these other details like name. This is actually what is used to capture, to compare whatever we do here from the form and to the database. And that is actually from here when you come to this form when storing. So we have user. This user is the variable which was made for this model. So this model is from the database, right? We have this model which we want to create new user. So we declare this variable as user is equal to new user model. So this user variable, you say compare the database name is name, right? The database column name is called name, where we are going to store whatever we are getting from this form. We are trimming. Trim function is used to remove the white spaces. You know what white space is? Yes? Okay, when you come here, like I write Carl, and I put like that. That is white space. What I want to store is not this big white space here. You see this? I don't want to store that. I want to store Carl. So if in case there is that scenario happening, then I use trim function, which is here to remove that space and store only the name which has been captured, the data which has been captured from that input. So it stores to the database, and this will only work if this one is equal to this one here, this one. I don't think I was giving you for the name, but for the email it says one. Yeah. So if you put name something like maybe emails, you add s here, it will not work for you. Yeah, like let's say for example you put s like that, it won't work for you. It won't save. So that is how you store. Let me see. Yeah, so for example, let me just see that I put that, and I put, let me put this, and I put mobile number, blah blah blah. I just put anything, and then I want to DD. I want to DD somewhere here. DD all requests, request all. So you will see that these values are being passed: name, email, mobile phone, and status. So if I put that and then submit this form, it should return to me this. So it is name, email, mobile, status. These are the data which I'm going to save into the database. So basically that is what is happening. So you DD up there. If you DD on a different place, you may return a different thing. So that is how you troubleshoot Laravel. So if I say refresh, it's going to send and save into the database because everything is okay. Because everything was okay, it will save and give me this user, new user, which I've just added. Good. Now, I wanted to tell you what. Yes, so that is about saving. So when you have compared, these things are correct, and here is where I've declared the function constructor which is saving the image. So it comes here and check if it is not empty. It check the file. The file from the database column, it is called profile image, right?
Yeah.
So no, the file, yes, from the database call is called profile. Then we have if not empty. That's now we're describing. We are declaring if not empty. From the user table, we have this. This is user model. The user model, we have the column called profile image, and the file exists, right? The file is already existing, but I am saving this file again under the same user. The same user, the file is already existing, so it's checking. What do we want to do? From this upload folder profile, that is what I was showing you from the other time, the folder. You have here the upload profile. Is check that file is already existing. It compares. Then find that user profile image, the one which you are saving again is same as that, and link means delete this one first, because if you don't do that, the system will compile up with very many unnecessary files. Imagine that you are saving your same file same times, like 100 times they will exist there, and another user does the same. Another user, if you have million users from the same computers, that database, that computer will be full of unnecessary files, right?
Yeah.
So we are removing that file. If in case it is existing, we remove it first and then we save a new one. That is what this means. Then file. Now we are checking the file. Request what? The file at the column. We are going to request that file from wherever it is coming from, the file source. Then we have this. We are now going to name our file. I'm using what is called random string, str. It is generating the random 30 characters, what you are seeing here. That's why you can name that file as candy, but here it is going to save with this funny codes. So, and I say file name, the random string, I concatenate it with the file extension name. Get the original extension .jpg. I'm concatenating this, concatenate .jpg, .png, you can see, .bitmap, whatever your file extension will be, it is added there. Then now save this file. Where do we move the file? I've taken it from a flash disk, but I want to move it to my project folder called uploads profile and file name. So file name is going to be saved. User, under the column in the table called profile image, save file name. So that file name is extracted and it is saved here with using those random generated. So we have this one. I think this thing is messing me up. I don't know why it is messing me. Yeah, so we have this one. We have this column here, profile image. So it's the same as, if you search this, you will get this same file. It is on the folder. So when when you will be displaying, you will still compare this with whatever you have in that upload folders, and it finds the image and it displays under maybe the administrator that you saved, like this one. Let's say, for example, like this one. Those are the logic that you are using. Then save the details. After you shall have done all this thing, save the details. This save function method is coming when you've done all this thing, and then it redirects us to this path. The URL path is dashboard called as admin. It's not dashboard, but the list of administrator with a success message. A success message is saying record added successfully. You can do it according to your will or how you want. If you want to capitalize this, you want to say this maybe you say capital S, this one you say capital A. That is what you will be seeing, or your users will be seeing. Record added successfully, whatever you like. Same thing happens to edit. You come here, but now you will have to find the ID. ID is declared here. I've used this method called get single. If you don't declare that, you can declare it directly here by saying find. So within this get record in the user model, we have this one of self find ID. So the system go with wildcard search for this ID. It captures from the browser. For example, if I am editing this one, Ruby, if I say edit, the ID which is captured is here, ID 2, Ruby's ID 2. So the system knows, it goes there to check, and it returns to you just details for that ID 2. So when it comes to ID 2, it loops, and then this ID 2 is Maya. If I go to Maya, is Maya beard? Yeah?
Yeah.
That is how it works. So you save file and return the view edit dot whatever you see, and you pass data. This is the declaration. I declared this data get record where the user ID is equal to 2. This get record where the user ID is equal to 2. See, this get record is the method which I'm going to pass into the blade called edit to display the details. So when I come here, I pass the get record. When I come to here, I say form get ID, that is ID 2, get record, method pose, because I'm going to pose. Because this form contains image, you must use this class called multipart form data. You must use this. This is a token, CSRF field for Laravel. This method, token method. If you don't put this, it will not save. It will not work for you. You must pass this CRF, and that is what is going to make it save. So profile image, which is going to be used this method to save that image to the directory which we've defined previously. Yes, and then get record function. Get record function. We've defined it here. Get record function or class. I think this is function. Sorry, it is getting it in an array. The reason why you can see this, they're called what? Those brackets. How do we call braces? Huh? No, those are not braces. Whatever the thing. I know how to use them in the code, but you know what they are. You can search later on. The get record here in an array, but this time round it is not returning many, but it is returning under column with ID 2. The data which are going to be displayed there are displayed in array, right?
Yeah.
Reason why we have this, those are arrays. So that is how it is done. Then update method. Update method instructs the system to update, and I defined it here. Admin, administrator, edit, then update here. So under admin controller, this update is now working. So it tells system to also check with this ID 2 if that unique user exists with the provider. Sometimes you want to edit email, and we edit that email which is already to email that already exists. System will refute, will say the email already exists, and user finds the ID. Now we are updating user detail, find ID under that ID 2, find that user, update the name, capture that, but trim function, don't go with the white space. And then thereafter empty, not empty. If it is not empty, do the necessary thing, check, and if the image already exists, delete it and then save a new one. Then that one, save file, return success, record updated. Delete, because of deleting, it checks with the table model, find the ID. What do you want to delete? Find the ID of that column, table row. And when you find the ID, check, compare. Is the user column as deleted is equal to 1? No, sorry. Change the user, the column called deleted, change it to 1 and save it. Return the message, success message, record deleted successfully. It's just changing. So when I'm retrieving, when you go to user, to display admin, user table, let me just go to this user table and show you why. So if I go to user table and get record admin, get admin. So let me see. User, I think it is here. Get record where the column or the row, where the role is equal to 1 and is deleted. The column called deleted is equal to 0, meaning that the column which is equal to 1, I will not be able to display it. The reason why, if I delete administrator, like this one here, I say delete, I won't be able to see Edward again. If I delete this one again, I won't be able to see it again. But they are existing in the database, just I had already shown you. They are existing with value 1, but they are not being displayed. So a mere user will not be able to know what is happening, but the programmer knows what is happening at the background. So that is what it is. Now, that is the function of a controller. Any other controller works the same. Maybe if there is a different code, depending on what you want to achieve, will make you to put a different code, but they work the same. Like this one, you can see I'm validating this image, profile image. I want just people to upload only PNG, JPG. So you will get, if you go through your code, I've given you different function for you to learn. I've even done validation of mobile phone. It must be numeric. So if you put something which is not a number, it will reject. You can continue validating that mobile thing even to a different thing. You can say unique users, yeah. So that if someone put a mobile phone which already serves there, the system will reject that. So you can do as many as you want. You can search online how to validate mobile phone in PHP. You will get how you do it, and you add those details here. Yeah, so that is how it works. And I think this video is longer now. Is there any question from the system user interface? Yes. Advocate.
Can you click?
Can I click what?
The listing.
It is already listing.
It's written 16, 13, 10, 9, 8.
What?
The listing, the numbering of.
Oh, these are IDs. These are IDs. You see? These are IDs. I explained to you that I'm displaying ID from the database this way. So the reason why 16, meaning that there is somebody somewhere who has been deleted, or I deleted from the database. So if I go to the table call, I think they are coming from the table user, right? You know, I believe now you know how the database schema, MySQL schema works. When you delete, for example, if we have reached 16, right?
Yeah.
But I see I have not deleted anything. It is just 1, 2. So meaning one user is not advocate because we are using one table. You can see that Maya is our table was stating clearly. Let me see. Let me just zoom out to see. You see that role advocate is only number 2. So meaning that number 6 is the first advocate from our system, right? Huh? Hello? Are you there, Candy? Candy, are you there? Number 6 is the first one. So that is how the database will be counting. If you don't want to display that one, you can come to the list of advocates. Like, let me show you the list of advocates. And yeah, advocate, and then you go to index. You can remove that ID from being used like this. Instead you can iterate. You can loop. Let me say loop and iteration. So if you want it to start counting from 1, 2, 3, you see, you can do iteration. But because they are sharing the same table with other users, you can see the other codes or other IDs have been taken by maybe administrator or client or any other user. So that is the reason why it starts counting from 6 going onwards. But because I've iterated mine, you can see that it is now going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will check from the video. You left the session, but I continued talking. So you will check from the video, which I will share with you how that iteration is being done. So you can do it from your side. Any other question?
What about I saw a folder called layout.
Yes.
Yeah, so what is
Also, with the folder called layout, sorry about that, I did not show you. So about the folder called layouts, this is where I've defined the main files which are used. For example, folder layouts is under app, right? No, it's not under app. Where did I place it? That's long time without. Yeah, under resources. Let me see, view layouts, right? So under the layouts, this one is where I've defined this main used HTML files. I'll explain to you. Is there any other place which I put public assets? Yeah, so it is only under this resources, views, and then layouts. Under layouts, we have this. So this is where you can change your name, the name of your site, right? Also, you can see this disclaimer here, developed by Candy 2024. So this thing is coming down here. You can see the disclaimer, designed and developed by Candy, 2024. Reg number is coming from reg number. Is it this which I'm working on? Reg number is coming from, I don't think it's the file which I'm opening now. I don't think it is the right file. Let me just check this layout file. Where is it coming from? I just want to see debugger network console. Where did I put that? There must be a place which I've used to define all those. app, bootstrap, config, database, resources, routes, storage, I think under admin we have this one called layout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is where I defined footer, header, sidebar, and app. So app is the main function. So for example, if you come here from any blade like this one, edit, you can see that I've just started with the main section. Let me see. It's called section. Let me just close like this. Yeah, like this. You can see this section is, and then we have this one, which is just a class. So it is extending admin, layouts, and apps. You can see. Then we have this section which starts that section and end section. So it's when we bring in this. So these ones, you remember when I was telling you about the main CSS code, main, there was something that word main. So that main, these things happens within the body called main. So if, for example, if I go to layouts admin, layouts, let me just close others. I just want to close others to show you what it is. Close all, close to the right, close. Yeah, so, I've done what I did not want to do. Let me just use this one. So you can see extend admin layouts there. When you come to admin, we have this app, which is the main. So the app, which is the main, is extended actually here. Layouts app. So this app is what contains the bootstraps. So you can see we have these bootstraps files or links, assets. These are bootstrap CSS, other CSS functions which have been used on this site. We have fonts, the Google fonts which I've used. You can see I have installed this one. Those are the plugins. And then we have this. This is where you can define your icon. So this one I've not used though, but this is where you get your 5 icon. You remember 5 icon? This is where you display your 5 icon at the header side. Then we have, this is where I've defined the meta titles. So you can see that this one, it gets the logo, image name. That is where I've defined the meta title, and then it displays there. Then we have this one, which is used for resizing. This makes it be either mobile friendly or not. So this is where you do that. So you can add other codes if this is not working for you. Even the browser thing, it is this. Then this one is the chasset. This is the language, the chasset. We call them the chasset, database chasset. So this is where it has been declared. Then we have these are variables. For example, with this is what I use to find the columns for the logo model. Then we have this one, which is using to get the 5 icon. This is logo, this is 5 icon. Yeah. Then we have this is the main style sheet, that style.css, which was used. This is the template main CSS file. So this is the CSS file which I opened for you somewhere under the we were having it under what? We are having it under the public folder CSS. Then this one, that is what the file which is declared there. Then this one is header. We have header function, we have the sidebar. These are regions which are added. Then main, which I was telling you, the class main. This is the main. Height, I use 100 VH. Then yield is what is going to make this displays. All these functions, like when you add this admin dot extends these all sections, it is this yield functions which tells the system that you yield these functions, you render them to this other side, all those pages. Then we have this one where you display your footer. So this is other JavaScript codes which are also being used here. You can also write your JavaScript here. Another way you can do that is just write JavaScript beneath. So you can open the script by saying section. So this one, section. Yeah, if you write that section, so it is going to be automatically showing it is a script. Yeah, so you can specify if it is a style or a script, and then you can end the section. You can end section down there. Yeah, so if you want to write style, so style you will write somewhere up here, or you can also write style there, but styles are declared here. So these are the style. At the header you put styles, at the footer you put the scripts. And for you to get those footer files, you come here, you check footer. Like you can see, I've written Candy, the class of this. That is where I've declared that. Copyright, low link, enterprise, you can change it from there. Then the class is copyright. That is what will make it display as a copyright. The class is copyright. Then we have this HTML attribute which put for you that copyright thing, C. Then we have this is for arrow, the go back button. This one here, this one blue thing, it takes you to the top side. This is where it is defined. If you remove this one, it will disappear. Then we have header. Under header, this is where you display the logo. You remember logo at the header. This one, this ka small nyundo hapa. Yeah, that is what it is. Then low farm, this is where you change the name of your low farm. I've written that, so you can say anything. This is also possible, you can do it from the database, whatever you like. I did it directly from here because this is a mini project. I didn't have time for doing all those sort of things. Then here is where you display name. You can say the name of admin main. We have this name. Where is it? Am I really displaying it? Yes, that is now for this one. You see this main, that is now where I'm displaying that. And you can see that I'm displaying email name again below email. So we have this name again, this name and email beneath, but this one is the first one. So that is what I'm doing. Basically, that's what I'm doing. It's not something very unique or something so hard. It's easy. Then we have this divider, which I've used to divide those one. You will see my profile. That is where I've declared profile. It takes you to admin profile. That is the URL path. When you click that, takes you profile settings. It takes you to the URL, which was already defined from the web, which I showed you previously. Then acknowledgement. That is where acknowledgement has been placed, and this is the URL. When you go to web.php, you will get that URL where acknowledgement has been defined. Then logout. This is how the logout class, and I showed you that previously. So that is this. Those are the layout folder, what they contain. Is that okay with you now? because I cannot hear you again. It's like, seems like you left Candy. I'll share with you the video because it's getting longer than usual. I will simply upload. I think from my end also internet has got some issue. You can see I lost the connection. That is the reason as to why. Sorry for that. But I will upload the try to upload the video and share with you. Otherwise, enjoy. Have a blessed time.